Welcome back to Chartbusters on CNBC TV18. Let's put the spotlight on another management who came out with their numbers. We have CenturyPly that reported a strong Q3 performance, this time good growth in Q3, 18.4% growth there. Margins seeing some bit of an improvement around 100 basis points on a year-on-year basis. To talk to us about their numbers, we do have Keshav Bhajanka, who's the Executive Director, CenturyPly, but right now joining us to talk to us about the outlook for the company going forward. Keshav, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Let's start by talking about your guidance. For FY25, FY26, whatever you had targeted, seems like you all are achieving it. There's nothing in terms to complain on that front, right? Plywood segment, 13% growth. You're managing to see a good growth even this time as well, of more than 14, 15% around there. Margins over there as well are doing good. What is the outlook now, segment-wise and overall, that you have kept for yourself as an internal target for FY27?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I think all across, we have seen a very strong performance in a muted demand environment. Overall, we are looking at close to 20%, rather 18% plus revenue growth. And the good part is that this has been broad-based. It is not based on any particular segment. Our plywood segment has grown by 15% in revenue. Laminate segment has grown by close to 10%. MDF segment has grown by close to 20%. And particle board, of course, on a low base and with the new capacity addition, has grown by close to 80%. I think for the current year, we are well on line to achieve the revenue guidance that we have given. In plywood, the revenue guidance is likely to be a little higher than what we had envisaged at the start of the year. Whereas in laminates, it could be slightly lower. MDF and particle board, we are well on line to meet our overall revenue guidance. So I think that overall, in a difficult demand scenario, this has been a commendable performance.
Okay. Well, just a two-part question, because I wanted to touch base or expand a little bit in terms of the demand scenario, which you've referred to as challenging twice now in one answer. But separately, just also wanted to ask you to reiterate your guidance for FY26. You did touch upon the plywood, but just for the benefit of our viewers, if you could just reiterate the guidance that you're providing.
Sure. So in plywood, we would be at 13% plus in terms of revenue growth. In laminates, we would be at 15% plus. In MDF, we would be at 25% plus. And in particle board, we would be at 40% plus for the current year.
Okay, so you're sticking with that?
Yes.
All right. If you could now, Keshav, just give us a sense in terms of what the demand scenario is looking like. You said it's challenging. What kind of challenges did you face this quarter, and what are you expecting in FY27? And do you think that could possibly be a headwind for your guidance?
I think for the current year, like I've already mentioned, we are well on track with regards to our guidance numbers. Having said that, the challenge has basically been that our products go into consumption when it goes from a house to a home. So when the end customer starts buying the product, so our products start getting consumed. It is not so much when the building is being made or when the structure is being created. As such, towards the fag end of the cycle, once new inventory hits the market, that is when the demand for our products starts picking up. I think the new launches that have taken place post-COVID, they were supposed to hit the market a little earlier. I think due to a number of reasons, perhaps that inventory hitting the market has been slightly delayed, which has impacted the overall demand for building material products. But we are very, very hopeful that now with these new launches finally hitting the market, we should see robust growth across the next couple of years.
Okay. Keshav, what about the prices of timber, chemicals? How have that moved? Have they increased? Any concern comes in on that front for the margins? And then what would be your margin guidance also?
I think there is large-scale stability in terms of timber prices and in terms of prices of raw materials such as resins. However, certain pockets do face challenges. For instance, in MDF, in our Punjab plant, which is in the north, we faced acute shortage of timber due to a flooding situation that was there, that is well known, that was there in Punjab in September and October. However, on the whole, I think that prices have peaked out and now there's stability in raw material prices, which will help us achieve our current margins.
Okay. All right, Keshav, we're going to let you go on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's CenturyPly, that stock just about lower by around 0.3%, sticking to their guidance of growth of around 13% in the plywoods business, and they are expecting growth to pick up going forward in what is a muted demand environment at this point in time. We're going to take a break, but up next, we'll get you a lot more stocks. We'll get you a preview of the key expectations from tomorrow's RBI policy as well. Stay tuned.